morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas. I know not probably a lot of people are going to be live. I kind of did this last minute. Wanted to just get another podcast out. It's Christmas time. I know it's a really hard time of the year for especially our family members that are missing. So I wanted to put out a podcast. I hope you guys are well. And like I said, I wasn't expecting probably a lot of people to be up and thinking about doing a podcast, but I just feel it's really important that all of us still remember that there's a lot of loved ones out there that are missing. This holiday season is really, really hard on our families of the missing. And I wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Know that you guys are in my prayers and get a podcast out for you guys today to know that no matter what, we are always thinking about you. We are always thinking about your missing loved ones. One thing that I want to start out with is some really good news. It is an update on Harry Allen Lee. I want you guys all to know that he was located alive. Family at this time are wishing for their privacy as they are getting him back home and everything. But the family wanted me to tell you guys, thank you so much for all your prayers, all the support, all the shares for him. They just are so grateful. And, just over, appreciative of the fact that Alan was located alive. And if it wasn't for all of you guys supporting them and sharing his flyer and getting it out there and people looking for him, they don't know, so thank you guys all. The family, like I said, the family wanted me, I cannot go into details about, what's going on, but he is alive. And the family just wants to thank you guys, and for all the families of the missing, please don't give up hope, that, your loved one could be found and located. But the family wanted me to update you guys and let you know that he has been located and he is alive. And to tell you guys all, thank you for all your support, and that they will continue to have you all in their thoughts and prayers as well. And hoping that you guys will find your loved one as well. Someone wished me Merry Christmas and good morning. Merry Christmas to whoever that is. Thank you for joining. I know it's like super early in the morning and stuff, but I had to do a podcast today. So let me go ahead and get started with this first two cases. They are connected. This is Dakota Denny. He is missing out of Salt Lake City, Utah on August 19th of 2023. He is 23 years old, 6'1", 180 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He usually wears his hair, it is long, so it's usually in a ponytail. He may have a brown mustache and beard. He did at the time of his disappearance, and he does have a scar on his right elbow. He does go by the name Coda, and he is enrolled in the Chippewa Cree Nation in Montana. He does suffer depression and substance abuse issues. He is originally from Box Elder, Montana, on the Rocky Boy Reservation. Dakota and his father, Eli Stokesbury, who also is missing, and I will cover his information here in just a little bit, traveled to Salt Lake City, Utah recently prior to their disappearance. They were known to be living in homeless camps in the area and living in a tent. Dakota had regular contact with his loved ones and has never been this long without contact. They had been staying with someone in that area. However, loved ones are not able to get a hold of them either. Dakota is also known to be in the Midvale, Utah, or Fort Hall, Idaho areas. So if you have any information regarding Dakota or Eli, which I will cover in just a second, disappearance, or their whereabouts, please call the Salt Lake City, Utah Police Department at 801-799-3000. I'm going to go ahead and cover his father, Eli, because he is missing too. And it is presumed that they are together because they went missing together and had been staying together. So Eli Stokesbury, too, had went missing from the Salt Lake City, Utah on the 19th of August. He is 53 years old, 6'1", 160 pounds, black hair, and he does have gray in it, brown eyes. He does have a beard and a mustache, which is gray. He has a tattoo on his forearm with the letter A, and his other forearm has the letter D. His nose has been broken in the past, so that is noticeable if you would see him. He does wear glasses, and he does go by the name Billy. Eli is enrolled in the Assiniboine Sioux tribe in Montana. He too suffers from depression and substance abuse. Like I said, they are originally from Box Elder, Montana, on the Rocky Boy Reservation. They had traveled to Salt Lake City, Utah, where that is where they were both last known to be. He, like I said, they were living in a tent in a homeless camp, but they had been staying with someone, but loved ones can't get a hold of that individual either. Eli does usually carry a backpack. And again, they were also known to be in Midvale, Utah, or Fort Hall, Idaho. So again, if you have any information or know the whereabouts of either Eli Stokesbury or Dakota Denny, please call the Salt Lake City, Utah Police Department at 801-799-3000. And I'm really hoping that we can get them located or someone has information about them and their whereabouts. The next case I'm going to share is Becca Demery. She is missing out of Odessa, Texas on March 1st, 2023. She's 32 years old, 5'5", 190 pounds, brown hair, and hazel eyes. She always wears that gold necklace cross, and she does have both of her ears pierced, and she doesn't wear earrings. She does have her tongue pierced, and she does have a history of seizures. This is something new that we hadn't had out there. And she had one at that recent stay at the hospital prior to her missing. Rebecca does have a flower tattoo that looks like that picture of flowers on her left arm and that heart design that is pictured there on her right arm. She does go by the name Becca. She does have a mole on the left side of her neck, and she does wear glasses. Rebecca had last contact with her loved ones. She had spoke to them on the phone on February 28th and had called to see if she'd get a ride from the hospital. Her loved ones had been out of town and were not able to pick her up, but she was seen leaving the hospital with someone that day. Becca's loved ones had texted her on March 1st, and there has been no response for her. Becca had daily contact even throughout the day with her loved ones, so it is very unlike her not to have contact. She has not been seen or heard from again. She was last seen wearing in that picture that long sleeve gray shirt with the plaid hem, black pants, and gray athletic shoes with white soles. She was carrying that black and teal backpack that is pictured there, and she was last seen approximately at 3:50 a.m. in southeast Odessa. Foul play is suspected in her case. I will tell you that she is not local to Odessa, so she doesn't really know Odessa. The police have been very, very active in her case. There have been many stories about what possibly could have happened to her. But if you guys have any tips or anything that you know of, please contact law enforcement, because they are, like I said, very active on her case. And foul play is definitely suspected in her disappearance. So again, if you know her whereabouts or you have any information, please call the Odessa, Texas Police Department at 432-335-4609. I know that her family is missing her dearly and would love to have her home. This next case is out of North Carolina, Lauren Hill. This is Shelton Richard Lamar Bennett. He went missing on August 24th of 2023. His age is 27. He is 6'1", 185 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes. He does have a tattoo of that angel wing on his back, but it goes over his right side of his shoulder, over to his right arm. Shelton was last seen leaving his home on Rockingham Road wearing a pair of shorts and slides. It is reported that he was going to just meet someone down about 5 minutes away down the road. His vehicle, that blue Dodger that you see there, was later located on Butler Road, which is just off of Rockingham. He had left behind his wallet and his keys, and his phone has not been found. His phone had pinged several days after his disappearance, but since then, they have not been able to ping it. It is either shut off or has lost that battery charge. There have been search efforts, but neither Shelton or his personal items have been located. He does normally wear those gold chains that you see in there. Foul play is suspected in his case. If you have any information regarding Shelton's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Scotland County, North Carolina Sheriff's Office at 910-266-4332 or Precision Search and Rescue at 910-840-1998. They are also helping with searching and helping law enforcement get Shelton located. So again, if you guys have any information on any of these cases, please reach out to law enforcement. If you don't feel comfortable, please send me a message. I can get that information over to them as well. Again, on Shelton's case, please contact even the search and rescue because they have been making a lot of efforts and strides to get Shelton located. And again, he's another case that they feel like foul play is suspected. So definitely any information that you guys have, please share it. And let's get these guys home. This next case is an older case. Anthony A. Johnson Jr., he's missing from St. Louis, Missouri on February 24th, 2021. I have shared his flyer again, but I wanted to definitely get him updated. He was 13 at the time of his disappearance, and he is now 16. He was 4 foot 4 inches tall at the time of his disappearance and 120 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. I do have an age progression picture that did come out from NitBic that they have done. There's not a lot of information out on Anthony's case. So if you have any information regarding Anthony's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the St. Louis County, Missouri Police Department at 636-529-8210. You know, it's always concerning when these young kids go missing. You know, he was 13, he's now 16 years old. So definitely, you guys, I've updated a lot of these flyers that you guys are going to see today. I have new ones out, but I also have ones that I've updated as well. So I want definitely let you guys know those are out on Guardian and Missing Persons Alerts. If you guys can please get those circulating, because you never know. They are finding people every day. They are finding, sadly, remains and getting people identified. So the more information, and a lot of people are getting tips off of flyers and stuff and information that you guys are sharing. So you guys are doing a great job. And I know the families that I have contact with and stuff are very appreciative of everything that you guys do. So thank you guys. This next case is a new case that I was asked to do a flyer on. This is Brenda Douglas Covington. She's missing from Laurinburg, North Carolina on February 23rd, 2023. She was 70 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 71. 5'6", 150 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She does wear glasses that are turquoise in color. She does have cognitive impairment. Brenda was last seen wearing a blue pullover, as you can see in this picture. This is an actual surveillance photo that the police found of her walking at 2:30 p.m. on February 24th in the area of Produce Market Road and McGritts Bridge Road. So that was one day after she was reported missing. So she was wearing that blue pullover, blue jeans, walking on the 23rd. She was walking, leaving the area of the Highland Road, heading towards Market Park in Laurinburg, North Carolina. Loved ones in the community are concerned of her safety and welfare. From what I understand, you know, a lot of people, this is not uncommon for her to go walking or whatever, but it is uncommon for her not to return. And the community is very aware of who she is, and so they're very concerned, as well as her loved ones, for her safety and her welfare. If you have any information regarding Brenda's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call Scotland County, North Carolina Sheriff's Office at 910-277-3231 or call Precision Search and Rescue at 910-840-1998. They too are helping law enforcement and the loved ones try to get her located as well. This next case is a new case that I haven't shared before. This is Gerald Wayne Lawrence. He's missing out of Guthrie, Oklahoma on October 16th of 2023. He is 45 years old, 5'9" to 5'10", 210 to 220 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does have short salt pepper black hair. He does have a goatee that's salt and pepper in color, and he does have that scar, as you can see, on his cheek from about the middle right of his nose to the upper lip. Gerald has a tattoo of a bear claw on his chest, an eagle on his shoulder. Skyer, it's Skeer, but they have, instead of the A, they have an 8 on his shoulder blade. 5150 down his ribs, and an unknown tattoo, which is opposite of where the bear claw was located on his chest. He was last seen wearing those tan shorts that have speckles on them, possibly a size 34, they were saying. Black and brown work boots that you could see pictured in that picture with the fishing pole rod, possibly a size 10, leaving for work at approximately 8 a.m. on foot. He has not been seen or heard from since. If you have any information regarding Gerald's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Guthrie, Oklahoma Police Department at 405-282-3535. And hopefully we can get some information on him and get him located. The next case is another case that I have shared before. I've updated her flyer as well. This is Aubrey Dameron. She's missing out of Grove, Oklahoma, March 9th, 2019. She went missing at the age 25. She's now 30, 5'9" to 5'10", 140 to 170 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She does have both of her ears pierced, and she does have breast implants. Aubrey was born in male but identifies and lives as a female. Aubrey provides her previous name was Austin Dylan Joel Dameron. She had began to medically transition but hadn't completed the entire process at the time of her disappearance. She does have multiple tattoos. She has a tattoo of that trachea on what that is pictured on the back of her neck, the word shorty in a circular design on her upper arm, as the shoulders, and on both hips. And I do have those pictures, and I didn't the pictures of her tattoos are on the flyer. I didn't get them blown up here, but I did give you guys multiple pictures of her. She does have a history of epilepsy and does not have any of her prescription medication with her. She is enrolled in Cherokee Nation. She was last seen walking away from her mother's house off of 280 Road north of Grove, Oklahoma at 3 a.m. on March 29th of 2019, wearing a black jacket, black skirt, black shirt, a black mini skirt, black hose, and black leather boots with heels. She left behind her phone and her purse. She had stated that she was going to meet someone, and she had tried contacting several people to get a ride, but it is unknown if someone had picked her up. It is unlike Aubrey to not have contact with her loved ones. Aubrey's safety is a concern that she may be at risk for foul play. If you have any information regarding Aubrey's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Delaware County, Oklahoma Sheriff's Office at 918-253-2700 or the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation Northeast at 918-582-9075 or the Federal Bureau of Investigation Tulsa at 918-664-3300. And hopefully there'll be some information. I will tell you that her story is out on the show Disappeared. I'm really happy to see a lot more of these missing people show that they are doing a lot more of Indigenous people. So I was really happy to see that Aubrey's case was on there as well. Her family does have a page set up for her as well that you can find on Facebook. And I will try to get that underneath her flyer as well. So if you guys could get her shared around, that would be great. This next case I share every week. This is Dana Jane Bruce. She is missing out of Sedalia, Missouri on October 4th, 2008. She was 23 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 37, 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, and she had gray hazel eyes. She did have shoulder-length hair that was wavy with bangs. She is blind in her left eye. She did have red highlights in her hair as well. She has both of her ears pierced once. She does have a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. She has a tattoo on her upper right arm with a teddy bear and wings that you see pictured with a banner with the name Dylan. She was last seen wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel on the front in silver lettering and blue jeans, leaving her children's babysitter's home when she left them earlier that day so she could go out. She did return at midnight with a gentleman that she had been seen at Malone's Bar on Main Street. She had went back to the babysitter to give him more money so she could hang out a little bit longer and to see if she would watch them the rest of the night. Um, they were seen leaving in a red late model Ford F-150 pickup that night, and she had left that bar, Malone's bar, at 11:30 and was at the babysitter's by midnight. I will tell you that this person of interest has been talked to by the police. He had traveled to Atlanta, Georgia. It was said that he is a contractor. At the time, they're in Sedalia. The police have questioned him after he was arrested on unrelated charges of marijuana and driving on a suspended license. He's never been named publicly, but the police were calling him a person of interest. He said that him and Dana had parted ways after they had left the bar and he had never seen her again. There is reports that Dana did leave with about 5 other individuals that night and had went to an after party, believed to not be in Sedalia, but outside of Sedalia, where people were partying, and that she was given something and something had happened to her, and that they had taken her away and had rolled her up in a carpet and disposed of her. Now, again, none of that has been proven, but that has been reported by someone that reported that they were there that night. Dana left all of her belongings behind and doesn't have a bank account, credit cards, phone, or vehicle. It is unknown if she had her ID on her at the time. She was a devoted mother and would never leave or abandon her children. One thing about it is she had just signed a lease that day for a new place for her and her children. So it's very unlikely that she is left on her own accord. She especially would not leave her children. Foul play is suspected in her case. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-826-8100 or 660-827-7823. Again, it's updated that rumored that there's a possibility that the police definitely have some leads on her case. So hopefully we'll have some information soon. This next case I have shared before. This is Jonas Albert Summers. He is missing out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, July 23rd, 2019. He was 32 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 36, 6'1" to 6'3", 200 to 270 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He could have a goatee as well. He does go by the name JoJo, and he is enrolled in the Muskogee Creek Nation. He has a tattoo on his left arm of a skull with pride, rip, and N as in Nancy, B as in boy, V as in Victor, and Jonas Jr. feather. His left calf has a bear claw. His left shoulder feathers with Jonas Jr. His back has 60. His right shoulder has a cross with die trying, and the letters S as in Sam, L as in Larry, Z as in zebra, Y as in yo-yo, L as in Larry, N as in Nancy, A as in apple. His right arm, Summers, right wrist, native, in his chest has Miranda crosses. And you can see some of those tattoos in his pictures there. So Jonas was last known to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He has no cell phone and no vehicle. It is reported that he was going to travel to Wichita, Kansas on July 3rd, 2019 to visit his loved ones, but he never arrived. He does have ties to Wichita, Kansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Cherokee County, all in Oklahoma, Los Angeles, California, and Florida. His family is concerned about his safety and his well-being. He has not been seen or heard from. If you have any information regarding Jonas' disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Tulsa, Oklahoma Police Department at 918-596-9143. And hopefully we can get some information on him and get him located. Oh, I know. I didn't tell anybody I was doing a live today. I just decided I was going to. It was kind of a surprise. So, sorry, guys, that I didn't tell you guys that I was doing a live, but it was something that I thought was important to get done. This next case is Maurice Harris. Jr. He is missing out of Kansas City, Missouri. I just recently updated his flyer. He went missing on March 20th of 2011. He was 36 years old. He is now 49. 6 foot tall, 162 to 194 pounds, which is a big discrepancy. But that is what law enforcement has out on him. He does have black hair, however, he does keep his head shaved. And he has brown eyes. He does have some unknown tattoos on his lower right arm and upper left arm. So if there's anybody out there that does know Maurice, if you have those pictures of his tattoos and stuff, I'll keep looking. It would be great to get those out on his flyer. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, black jeans, and embroidery designs down the back of his legs and black sneakers near the train yard on Broadway there in Kansas City. He possibly was given a ride to Armour in Burlington in the 9th Highway in North Kansas City area. If you have any information regarding Maurice's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Missing Persons Unit 816-234-5136. That is one thing that I was happy to see Kansas City, Missouri. They had taken their missing persons unit away. I don't really know what that decision was. I believe it was the chief's decision. However, here in the last year, they have reinstated it, and I think that is great. A lot of those detectives in the missing persons unit are really great people. So I was glad to see that they had opened that unit up. I wish that every police force had a missing persons unit. But unfortunately, a lot of them aren't big enough. But I was glad to see that Kansas City, Missouri did open theirs back up. This next case is a case I have shared before. It's been a while, but I did update hers. This is LaTonya Hill. She is too missing out of Kansas City, Missouri on March 20th, 2000. She was 22 years old at the time of her disappearance. She is now 46 years old, 5'6" to 5'10", 120 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She does have her ears and nose pierced. Her blood type is O positive. She does have a known tattoo on her right forearm. She has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and a history of substance abuse. She was last seen wearing blue jeans, brown sandals, leaving her family's residence in the vicinity of the 27th Street and 2600 block of Quincy Avenue there in Kansas City, Missouri at 2 p.m. on March 20th, 2000. She had planned to take the bus downtown and she was going to plan to return shortly. She only had $1 for her fare. She has never been seen or heard from again. Authorities do suspect foul play and family are concerned for her safety and welfare. If you have any information regarding LaTonya's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Missouri Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5136. And again, any tips that you guys have, please get those called into law enforcement, no matter how small they are. This is a case that someone came to me to cover. This is Roderick Rod McDonald. He is missing out of Cartersville, Georgia on July 14th, 2023. He's 49 years old, 5'8", 185 pounds, brown hair, and hazel eyes. He may be clean shaven or have a goatee, beard, or a mustache. He does wear glasses sometimes. He does go by the name Rod. He has multiple tattoos on his upper arms. His left one has a tongue being pierced, Rod and Angie on his upper back. His arms have Erica Cole and a Black Panther, and his stomach says Angie. He was last known to be staying at the Budgetel in Cartersville, Georgia. He was last in contact with his loved ones on either July 14th or July 15th of 2023. He had been texting, asking for money, saying that he was going to go to a rehab/work program that was located a few hours away with a girl. He did not tell anybody the name of the girl or the treatment facility. He does not have his ID, and his cell phone is no longer working. Family is concerned for his welfare and safety. If you have any information regarding Rod's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Bartow County, Georgia Sheriff's Office at 770-382-5050. I know that his family is very concerned for his safety and welfare. This is a case that I've had a flyer out forever. And I just would love to see him be found. This is Summit Vaughn Sado. He is missing out of McCool Junction, Nebraska. He went missing on July 19th, 2022. He's 15 years old. At the time of his disappearance, he is now 16, 5'10", 160 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. He could go by the name Bassman. He was last seen wearing a gray Nike t-shirt and gray shorts. He may be riding a bike. He does have his ID. He does not have that, and it is not known if he has his cell phone. He had been active on social media when he first disappeared, but that has stopped, and he could be in York, Nebraska area. One thing that I will tell you that on Summit's case, he is not originally from his family was in McCool Junction, and his family was just getting ready to move prior to his disappearance. So that is one thing that's really odd about his case, is the fact that, his family was getting ready to move. And I believe, if I remember right, was out of state, and he then went missing. So I know his family. I've spoken to his family. They are very concerned about his safety and welfare for him for no one has seen him at all this time. So if you have any information regarding Summit's disappearance, or his whereabouts, please call the York County, Nebraska Sheriff's Office at 402-362-4927. I would definitely love to see Summit come home. His case has just always been on my mind ever since I came across it and did that flyer for his family and stuff. So this is an updated flyer that I've done. His old flyer is still out there floating around, but this one is the updated one, and I've added some information on it and some new pictures on there as well. So I know his family would be greatly appreciative if you guys could get him shared around again and hopefully get him located. It always worries me, these young kids out and not with their families. This next case is an older case from April 30th, 2010. This is Verdell Green Jr., missing from San Jose, California. He was 46 years old at the time of his disappearance. He's now 60 years old, 5'7" to 5'8", 170 to 180 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does wear glasses and may have his ears pierced. He was reported missing on May 5th of 2010 after he failed to show up to work in San Cruz on May 3rd, 2010. He was a drummer for the group Masterpiece, as well as playing in other bands. He didn't show up for any performances after April 30th of 2010. It is not like him to miss work, rehearsals, or performances. He last left a voicemail for his girlfriend at 5:13 p.m. on April 30th, 2010. This was the last time anyone had heard from him. His black 2002 Jeep Liberty was found around 8 p.m. on April 30th, 2010 at his ex-girlfriend's house, whom he has a child with. His keys and his personal belongings were inside that vehicle. There were no witnesses to say who had parked the vehicle. It was reported that his ex-girlfriend is not considered a suspect, at least at the time. However, there's little information on his case being released by law enforcement. If you have any information regarding Verdell's disappearance or his whereabouts, please call the San Jose, California Police Department at 408-277-8900. And hopefully someone knows something out there and we can get him located. One thing that I will not play the whole thing for you guys, but I wanted to share on the podcast was the holiday reel that I had updated and put out for everybody. I'm just going to show a little bit of a clip of it, but it has it's about 3 minutes long. I guess I could play it here if you guys want, but I want to let everybody know I do have that pinned on top of Guardian's page. If you guys could please share that. It has a lot of people that are still missing at this point. So I would really, really love for everybody to share that. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Sorry, I gave you that last minute text to let you guys know that I was going to do a podcast today. But I'm going to show you guys at least a little bit of it. I don't know if you guys want to sit through it on the podcast, but I do have one more missing persons flyer that I do want to cover today as well. But I do want to show you guys this clip. If you guys could please spread it around. It's just a great way to get multiple people's flyers shared as well. So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and see a little bit of it. Okay, I went ahead and showed it all to you. I figured if people could watch TikToks and all that stuff, people could take 3 minutes out of their day to watch that and see all the different missing people that are out there. So that is something that I did last year. I updated it this year as well. The biggest thing that people can give of the holiday season is just sharing the flyers of the missing loved ones. I have to say, you guys are all really great about sharing different cases and stuff. And yes, Lisa, I did have Becca on. She will always be on the podcast until we get her located. I told you guys I would do that. So I do keep my word on that. We will continue to share Becca's flyer. And hopefully with some of the new information and stuff, hopefully they can get her case resolved and get her located. So I have one more, so I don't want to keep you. I know it is Christmas time and you guys want to be with your family and your loved ones. So I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. But this is really important for me. I definitely want you guys to know that there's not a moment in my day that I don't think about your missing loved ones or you guys. So I definitely wanted to put this out for you guys. So my last case that I want to share, I have shared before. This is Alexander Michael Crunk. He goes by Alex. He's missing out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin on July 20th, 2020. He was 33 years old at the time of his disappearance. He's 36 years old, 6 foot tall, 175 pounds, black hair, and brown eyes. He does have a scar in his stomach. He does have mental health issues and had been having some delusions increase over time. He does have some substance abuse issues as well. He was staying at a resident in the 1900 block of West Finn Place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, when he went missing. His associates say that he wanted to move to Mexico. He has no passport or financial resources to move out of the state or country. One thing is, he was constantly in contact with loved ones asking for money. His driver's license has been found. There have been no proof that he ever got on a plane, train, or a bus ticket. They did say that he dated a Hispanic woman who spoke very little English, but she's never been found or came forward since his disappearance. He's lived basically in Wisconsin his entire life and wasn't really known to travel much. There has been no evidence that he's ever left Milwaukee or the country. Foul play is suspected in Alex's case. If you have any information regarding Alex's disappearance or his whereabouts, please call the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Police Department District 1 at 414-933-4444. And hopefully we can get Alex back home. I know law enforcement and his family have been very dedicated on working his case. There has been some new stuff that has came about, but I'm not able to update on that at this time while law enforcement are working some of the leads that are on his case. Again, you guys, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And my heart really goes out to you guys. And I know this is a hard day because your loved ones are missing. Just know that it doesn't matter what day it is. You guys can always reach out, to me. And I wanted to definitely put this out for you guys. If you guys see anything, if you have any other cases that you want me to follow up on or to do flyers or anything, please let me know. You guys are continuously in my prayers. Thank you to the families again for sharing your loved ones' stories and information. I want to thank law enforcement and the advocates that continually work hard. Excuse me. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. God bless.